questions. If somebody were to suggest this government, I'm not saying Roosevelt's guy, I'm saying that this government is corrupt, what would you say?
I would say there is probably a certain level of corruption in this government, as there are in most governments around, and I'm not going to defend that. I will say, for instance, okay,
all right,
we had a situation where the opposition leader went on CBS discussing the CBI program,
right,
and he raised not an allegation, a statement that that people diplomatic, which really did significant damage. And I mean, that could be another day. I mean, people get upset that I criticize him for that. I will criticize him now again. You don't go air your dirty laundry in the international media, and next thing, St. Kitts got US sanctions that this administration have to suffer from, because the government, an administrator isn't sanctioned countries. So don't go out trying to bad mouth and bad speak and promote negativity toward your country in hopes, that will trip things up.
Are we Sam in denial here?
1 second. You asked a question and I will answer. So I do not. I will speak, specifically against that. But you asked the issue of corruption. Okay. The sale of diplomatic passport. Okay. I could have gone about this before I've been attacked by the opposition. I'll say this now, and this is not to attack the opposition, but to put them, to make them stop and think. The opposition party, Sam Raphael, is stating he was present when the opposition party at the highest level sold diplomatic passports.
Let
me finish. Well, they took the money for diplomatic passports from 6 individuals who wired monies to Dominica that funded the UW campaign in 2005 to the tune of over 3 million, and in the same vein in 2009. What do people think? Where do you think they get the pillau from, or the chicken, or the T-shirts and so on to run, and all the buses and so on? Was it corrupt for the UWP to sell? And I haven't been in the loop, so I don't know. I have to presume, without campaign finance laws, that both sides are fighting fire with fire. So to go out on the international media and to broadcast and to raise the issue that there's an allegation, smoke, maybe there's fire, that this administration sold diplomatic, when you know your party, no, for a fact, because the financial records are there. I'm not going to sit in your studio and make wild allegations. I'm telling you things that I know. What's where the UWP sold.
The leadership of the current UWP.
He is aware that it happened, because I asked
was he involved then?
At the time, involved in the party, I don't know, at some point. Was he the leader of the party at the time?
He was a journalist at the time.
He was the leader of the party at that time? No, but you're absolving yourself of responsibility, because a party is not one man. A party is an organization, and if you know there's a history of corruption in your organization, the first thing to do, is to speak to that and to sort of reconcile that in all honesty before you go attacking the other guy of having dirty laundry. And Matt, this is what I think the hypocrisy of this whole thing. And for a man like me, people say, oh, he's in the civil. Maybe I know more than they do. And that's why I'm a little cynical about this whole thing. I think at the end, there's a little, our system is corrupt in some ways, and things need to change. But the bigger picture is, we have people that live here, we have an economy to build. Do not attack the economy of Dominica. Do not attack the image of Dominica in the international community. Do not try to bring domination to Dominica so you can receive political gain. And this is the strategy of the opposition party, and the voters have not rewarded them for that. The voters will not reward them for that, in my estimation, and they need to change track. And this is someone that
your critics are saying, Sam, that you may be singing for your supper. That's what has been suggested here in my WhatsApp.
Well, Matt, I'm an international businessman. I don't need to be here. I'm here because I choose, and I'm here to make a contribution. And critics can say what they want. It doesn't really affect me, to be honest.
Well, Sam is here, and everybody is calling the telephone.
But what I said is on record.
Right.
And this is not the first time it was disclosed, because Johnson John Rose wrote an article in The Sun with the details of some of this. So this whole riling up about the seal of diplomatic passports by this government as if it's something that was started by this regime is in no way, correct. And I'm not saying it's wrong. It's wrong for any side. The government, I have stated here in this very studio, need to clean up this whole diplomatic passport thing because it's damaging the country. We have a lot of things to do, but let us try to build this country in a positive way, man, instead of this whole this destructiveness that just keeps this seemed to be the way to go, and it's not doing the opposition any good.
All right, I have somebody on the line here. Everybody wants to ask a question this morning. We have another half an hour, I think, and we have more questions to ask Sam.
Well, I don't have an half an hour, as I told you before. I have a 9 o'clock.
All right, 9 o'clock. It's 25 minutes there. Okay, hello, talk to me. Hello. Somebody on the line, but I guess left. Hello, talk to me. Hello.
Good morning, Matt, to you and your guest.
Yes.
I would like to ask you, whose show it is? Is it Sam's show or your show? Because apparently, look like it's Sam's show. He goes on and on and on.
He's answering my questions. Caller, go ahead. Ask your question. Thank you very much. Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, first I want to compliment Sam, not surprisingly, but he comes with all the facts as he knows them. He's really a sincere, genuine fella, and Dominica should appreciate him. Let me take the program to a higher level in terms of something he said. When he spoke about he supports term limits. Sam, there's a case for term limits. I don't happen to support it, but I can understand when people are there in office for too long, it is often said they get a little spoiled. They figure they can do what they want. They're not as, keen to get important things done. They figure they've inherited a post and they will continue to be there forever and forever. What I see, especially with small islands, where whether we want to believe it or not, talent and competence is limited. Of course, Dominicans don't want to believe that. They believe they're the perfect country in the world. We can do everything we want. The point is, it is limited. And quite frankly, we have somebody like Eugenia Charles. I'm glad we were able to give her 3 terms. We have somebody, to me, as visionary, as capable, as competent as Roosevelt Skerritt. Let him be there as long as the people want him to be there. That may be 3 terms. Well, he's already gone 3 terms, 4 terms, 5 terms, 6 terms. Anytime he starts showing arrogance and failure to deliver, let's put him out. So that I really believe that should be left to the people in terms of the how long.
Okay, let me allow Sam to answer. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, and again, term limits is a philosophy. It doesn't involve the parties involved. But I think you cannot say, well, because you believe in term limits, you believe the other guy, whether they have shown, and I do not think in this case, the opposition has shown why they should be elected, you see? And so it can't just be term limits. Oh boy, you automatically get the next term because somebody served 2 terms. What it does is it elevates things. And again, it's a philosophy, as the gentleman correctly said. Some people believe in it. I lived in the US for a long time, and there is the concept of term limits, and it's something that I believe. I use it as an idea, as a philosophy. Also, if you have term limits, the incumbent that's there now, you're basically saying you believe in allowing them 2 terms from this point, from the implementation of term limits, and thereafter everyone else will serve 2 terms. And when you have term limits going in, you kind of know you have 10 years or a maximum of 10 years or whatever, the 3 years or two terms or whatever. You have that term and you prepare yourself, and the country is prepared for that transition. But if you're going to implement it, it has to be implemented gradually, like I say, over time. But it's something that I believe in, and the gentleman said he doesn't, and that's fine. We can agree to disagree on things. It's a philosophical consideration, and not relating to the person that's in office. Because the guy that's there now, to me, he's doing a good job, So it's not something against him, but in terms of the philosophy of the church.
Hello, talk to me here, 8:40. We don't have too much time.
Matt.
Matt,
good morning. The
morning.
problem I have, good morning, Mr. Raphael.
Yes.
The problem I have is that Mr. Raphael is saying we should not go out and talk in that way because it affects business, but here he is lashing the opposition now, who trying to confirm with in a way that sounds like there's no doubt that they were involved in the same stuff that we are raising about the current government. So how is that different? Because we are on international media right now. With the internet, everybody around the world can hear my voice. So how is it that he can go that way, but he wants us to go quiet? Am I to conclude that he is motivated in the direction of the Labour Party? Good morning.
Good morning. Hold that note in your head there, because I want to take as many calls as possible this morning.
I'm getting old, you know, Matt. So you may have to remind me.
But okay, well, answer the question.
No, go ahead.
Hello, talk to me. Yes?
Morning to you.
Yes?
Morning to you. How are you doing?
Morning to you.
But Matt, with what happening there right now, you have to understand during the reign of the United Workers' Party, what was the reason that they removed from office now?
Who was?
UWP, when they were in office, what was the reason that the Dominicans removed them out of office?
Corruption.
So what you trying to tell me there is no corruption now?
I don't think he denied that there was corruption though in the response. No. Hello.
Matt, let me tell you, are you there?
I'm here.
I don't have a problem with term limits, you know, because term limits serves both sides. But the question is, when you have term limits, it means that when you win an election for one term, that doesn't mean you can be there for another term. You have to work for the other term. So term limit serves both sides, Matt. And this is what we have to understand. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We move on. 8:42. Somebody's saying, when he said that there's some corruption, can he explain to us what is he talking about? There's some semblance of corruption. Sam?
Okay, I was more directly involved in assisting the UWP in their fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
So I know for facts.
Right.
What I know now is merely the smoke that is raised,
mm-hmm.
that you hear every day on your program.
Right.
So I say, if there is smoke, there must be some level of fire. But I don't have first-hand information,
mm-hmm.
as I would with respect to the opposition party as such.
You don't?
Yeah, I don't. So I cannot go out and say, like I said, I wasn't there when Mr. Skerritt made any deals.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the documents to show that. I know there are lots of allegations.
Right. So you're looking for evidence?
Well, again, I'm saying you asked the issue of, do I have evidence? I don't have that evidence, but the allegations have been made, and let us assume that maybe there is some level, as there is, I think, in all systems have. Let's take this thing about the sale of diplomatic passports. Because that is really an issue that maybe...
You have a serious concern about the sale of diplomatic passports?
No. It is an issue that's raised over and over. It's not me that have a serious
mm-hmm.
concern.
Right.
I'm saying it's raised over and over. Let me give you another perspective on it. A lot of the appointees of the Trump administration, of any U.S. administration
mm-hmm.
coming in, all the ambassadors are going to be changed. And a lot of the people that are appointed there are what you call bundlers, political bundlers.
Mm-hmm.
And those are people, because you have finance limits in terms of how you can contribute, they get people to bundle and they raise large sums of money for the person running for president.
Right.
If you're a bundler and you can raise $1 million, it's likely that you will get a nice, cushy appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We may look at that and we may say, this is corruption. Because in effect, you're buying a seat, whether it's an ambassadorship or whether it's some other appointment. Within the law of the United States, that is doable, right? So,
mm-hmm.
But in terms of how we look at it, in terms of money in politics is a corrupting influence, which is why, again, you have these laws. But it's something that we need to take on in an environment where we can be honest and not just seeking a one-up because we want to get our party in government or because we want to keep the opposition out. But these are discussions that we need to have as things that we want to improve Dominica and Dominica's democracy. And as such, we need to come together and try to find a way forward.
Sam, are you not concerned? Are you not concerned? We're talking the passports, the sale of our diplomatic passports. Are you not concerned about the arrest of a man like Mr. Monfared? Are you not concerned about this Nigerian lady there? I mean, hard facts.
I am more concerned and more upset than many of your callers and more disappointed because firsthand it is impacting and affecting the image of the country. And I have said this on your program, here, sitting here. So it's not something, you know, am I very disappointed? And it's something that is a regional problem because, you know, in Antigua and St. Kitts, and so since for this year they've made some major changes with this whole diplomatic passport thing. This is something that the small island states need to deal with and to address. Yeah? But this is an issue that is separate and apart from the CBI program. And the CBI program now is probably the major source of revenue for the island, for the economy, for the state. And I am actually more concerned that the issue of this diplomatic passport thing is being tied in and conflated with the CBI program in a way that is bringing significant damage to the economy of the island. And it's the same way, I'm also in tourism. I would be very disappointed if someone were to do something to impact the tourism dollars coming into Dominica, because I know how we need that. Or to impact the dollars from banana coming into Dominica, because I know. So for this, I am very passionate that the CBI program is an effective program, it's a clean program. It occasionally there may be an issue with it, but it's none to really, you know, run up a flagpole and try to destroy the image of the island so we don't get CBI money, so somehow maybe the opposition can get in office. This is where this is what that bothers me most. And so this is my whole thing. It's not that I'm not concerned. I think all Dominicans should be concerned about the issue of the diplomatic passport, and the government has in fact stated that, and they've made some statements and some corrective actions, and hopefully they will go even deeper at that to ensure, to make the public feel, you know, that this is something that if in fact it happened, it happened in the past and it will never happen again, and that provisions are put in place to ensure that the persons that are appointed diplomats to Dominica are people that are not going to bring the country into disrepute.
You did say, Sam, that of course this whole sale of diplomatic passports started under the opposition.
I didn't say it started. I said my knowledge of it was. It may have started long before then. Yeah.
It may have.
It may have started long before. I don't.
But you were part of that process, weren't you?
Well, I was knowledgeable of the process. You can say I was part of that process if you want.
So would you congratulate though the UWP for, of course, you know, bringing a stop or trying to bring a stop to what is wrong?
Absolutely. But I think at the same time, not only to bring a stop to it, but to acknowledge that you had a role to play in it, and that it's something.
But we're talking about different leadership here, though, aren't we?
Matt, it's the same party. A party is not a leader. You seem to want to make a break. A party is an organization, and if your organization,
you're saying there's no difference there. It's the same party.
It is the same party, of course.
But different leaders bring different policies.
I was president of the Hotel Association. Mr. Nassif was president of the association. You may be president. It's not the same hotel association.
It is.
You can say something under my leadership. However, prior to my leadership, I acknowledge that we participated in this sort of thing. It was wrong then and it's wrong now, and let's move on. But we haven't heard that.
So
that's leadership.
You're looking for a statement from the
acknowledgement of that, and acknowledgement of regret, and then moving forward. And then we could say, no, it's really a clean break. But until we have the acknowledgement and a clean break, you're now hiding and you're accusing the other guy and your hands are dirty because it's your party.
8:49. It's getting hot here.
I have an appointment at 10 o'clock, which I need.
I'll give you 10 minutes, my brother. Hello, talk to me.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Matt. Good morning to Sam. Good morning. Yes, Matt. Sam, you chaired a meeting of which I was part of a contingency from the Freedom Party. There was a contingency from the Workers' Party. Afimate, some patriots were there as well. Where we decided to get together to get this government out of power, not through any illegal means. We didn't discuss those type of things. To get this government out of power because we believed that they were so corrupt. You chaired that meeting with Afimate. Is that correct?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes. I am saying to you, sir, that the leader of the Labour Party, Mr. Astafan, stated on the Kyrie FM that at that meeting we organized to overthrow the government, to put
overthrow.
That is what Mr. Astephen stated. I'm sure of what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That this is what Mr. Astephen stated. That at that meeting, we were planning to disrupt, to overthrow, and to do bad things to this government. Now, I am asking you now, Mr. Sam Raphael, what has changed? What has changed since then to make you a member of that Labour Party? Because I believe that you have been bought. Please answer my question.
All right.
First of all, Matt, I'll start with that. I am not a member of the Labour Party. I have a lot of respect for the Labour Party, but I'm not a member of any political party. Yeah? Secondly, the first point he raised, I chaired a meeting to help to galvanize the opposition because I thought they were all over the place. And I thought maybe they could come together and have a new organization, there's a new unity, a new approach, and I did share that meeting, but it was not to overthrow the government. Whether it was said by a third party or not, that was certainly not the case. I certainly am a firm believer in democracy. I do not support and will not support any means of changing government in Dominica that is now shooting people in the street. I would not support or advocate in any way changing that regime other than through the ballot box. And I would encourage the UWP as the opposition, instead of whining and crying all day, go out and do the work. Tell the people why they should elect you. Be a responsible opposition. Give the people reason. They're looking for reason to support you. But all you're doing is saying you have to get rid of the other guy because, well, we have to get rid of him, he's corrupt. You say the record, somebody said you got out because they said you were corrupt. So what are you offering? What are you offering to the people other than the negative day, night, and day? And this, I think, Matt, is the core. And they're not going to hear it. They're going to throw knives at me and hopefully figuratively. And at the end, if you got a consultant and they pay them thousands of dollars, they would say, go out and be a responsible opposition. When you're a responsible opposition and you do your job well, the people will elect you. Tell them why they should elect you. Show them that their lives will be better.
Sam, the issue of CBI monies and international banks is becoming a major concern. How concerned are you? I'm sure you may be having difficulty drawing down some of the funds.
Well, it's not because of that. I just want to say international banks. We have to follow the process, and sometimes when, for me running a business, I may have an approach, and it has to reconcile because the government don't want to make the same mistakes that the government made in 1998, where you have loan agreements that are not enforceable. So these guys need to make sure every T is crossed and every I is dotted. I don't fault them, and they're doing their job and they're cooperating with me. I'll put that on the record. Everyone out there, we're trying to work. They have their job to do, I have mine, but we're trying to work together. We have an issue of transferring of funds, specifically as it relates to the CBI program and de-risking. That's a whole day's conversation.
And we don't have too much time.
We don't have too much time. This is something that is of serious concern to me, and it should be of concern to all Dominicans. The CBI program is bringing in loads of money to the island that can be used, and the opposition should be making a constructive criticism as to the priorities and the efficiency of that. They've forgotten about that. So this is where I think that they could make their contribution, because there are other jurisdictions that wish they had CBI money. And one is Puerto Rico. That's a little north of us. A big country, big part of the United States that had to declare bankruptcy because you don't think they wish they had CBI. You're in the Virgin Islands, which is also, my other home. They don't have money to meet their pension funds, for the government workers. They in serious crisis and may even be worse than Puerto Rico. They wish they had CBI, and here we have CBI kicking it around. And if we end up losing the CBI, Matt, everybody will look to blame the other one. And I'm saying, guys, this is not a Labour Party CBI. This is something for Dominica. Let's find ways. We got some projects going, private sector projects, Kempinski in the north, Jungle Bay to the south. Let's build within. Let's get some non-tourism projects going. Let's get something. Let's do some.
Sam, I just wish I had a lot of time this morning. But before you go,
but I'll be back. Like I say, invite me back, and I'm happy. I'm sure some of you'll get some calls as to why they wouldn't invite me back.
A quick comment. As it relates to CBI and travel concerns, let's listen to this breaking story there from Antigua. Our reporter there, Kimberly Benjamin, picks up that story from Antigua this morning. Let's listen.
The government of Antigua and Barbuda regrets that it has to inform that the government of Canada has decided to end visa-free travel for citizens of Antigua and Barbuda. This decision relates to concerns over persons who obtain passports under citizenship by investment programs in the Caribbean. The Canadian High Commissioner to Antigua and Barbuda, stationed in Trinidad, advised Prime Minister Gaston Brown of this development late on Friday, prior to an official announcement on Monday. At the time, the Canadian official said that a concern is that Antigua and Barbuda's citizenship by investment program is not a residency program. In response, Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown pointed to the intense vetting of its CIP system, the revenues to the people of Antigua and Barbuda when the terms of trade and aid have declined and the banking system is threatened. Despite the end of visa-free travel, the official Canadian government statement said, Canada continues to welcome visitors from Antigua and Barbuda. It stated clearly that most approved visa applicants will receive a multiple entry visa, which allows travelers to visit Canada as many times as they want for up to 10 years. For each visit, travelers can stay for up to 6 months. Antigua and Barbuda is the last of the countries of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States from whom the Canadian government has withdrawn visa-free travel at a time of heightened security over terrorism and refugees. Of all 14 independent CARICOM countries, Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, and Barbados were the only ones that had continued to enjoy visa-free travel to Canada. The Canadian government was keen to point out in its official statement that Canada remains firmly committed to its partnership with Antigua and Barbuda and values working together on mutual challenges and opportunities. The statement recalled that Canada and Antigua and Barbuda share long-standing ties that are rooted in history. Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown stated that at a time of intensified concerns about terrorism and refugees in North America and Europe, including evidence of ISIS recruits in the Caribbean, he recognized the concerns that Canada and other countries might have. He pledged that, as part of the international efforts to combat terrorist activity, Antigua and Barbuda would continue to be vigilant with its passports and border security. The Prime Minister said the governments of Antigua and Barbuda and Canada have already started working to make the system of visa applications and approvals for Antigua and Barbuda citizens as efficient and affordable as possible. The views expressed during this program are not necessarily those of WISE-Q95 FM radio. WISE-Q95 FM radio has not been able to independently verify the factual correctness of the allegations and statements made during this program and cannot vouch for their accuracy. Therefore, WISE-Q95 FM radio will not accept any responsibility or liability for the statements or allegations made in the course of this program.
All right, thank you very much, Sam. Travel concerns, it seems that this is mounting. We just see Antigua, of course, being told to come to Canada. You need a visa.
Yeah.
How concerned are you, Sam?
Matt, again, breaking down what was said, the Canadian government is now going to require Antiguans to have visas like all other OECS nationals. And that is because their CBI program is not a residency program, which in effect it means that if it required the persons getting citizenship and passports to reside in Antigua, and that's not the way our CBI program is structured. That's basically what that is, and that they are still open to Antiguans coming to Canada like they are from all other OECS nationals, but they will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis, and they would get multiple entry visas in most cases for 10 years. That's what it is. It's a serious inconvenience for persons coming from Antigua who are used to traveling all the time without having to get a visa. Gonna have to get a visa every 10 years. And in terms of their CBI program, it's going to be, a knockdown for that, not a knockout. Because it now puts Antigua's CBI program at par with the other OECS countries. That's effectively what
our final phone call allowed Mr. Sam Raphael to leave. This morning he has to go. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
And good morning, Mr. Raphael.
Good morning, sir.
This is Hilary Chillingford.
All right.
Mr. Raphael, I was on my farm when I was called that look, Sam Raphael going to attack you or whatever.
What answer to what you said? Isn't that what I did? I don't realize I attacked you.
No, at all. Because I mean, I want to make it clear that you said that you believe there's nothing personal between you and the gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
It is a matter of politics. And it is not party politics. It is the politics of the the CBI program. That is the issue here. It's nothing to do with personality. You understand that?
I appreciate that, yes. That's what I thought.
I'm happy you did. But I am not one that is going to be used by people to say, oh, look, Sam Raphael going to attack you, come and listen, come and attack. I am of a different view. I see things differently. If you put security in for the I know you're busy and you have to go. For the passport program, you were the guarantor for that matter. It is clear that if you cannot go behind the company, you come behind the guarantor. Is that correct in banking, Mr. Raphael?
Well, not according to what the court said, and not according to what the court said on appeal. So it may be your opinion, but at the end, we live in a country of laws, and this came from the court.
I don't know what the court says. I haven't seen that document. But however, that is my understanding of the law, and that is what I've seen happen in courts. But anyway, that be it. I believe if money is owed to the state should have been paid. Now, a second thing, I realize that you made it clear. You want to come clean with Dominicans that yes, this government is selling diplomatic passport, but UWP sold the passport too. Diplomatic passport.
Let me respond to that, sir. No. No, you're putting words in my mouth, and I have to be clear. Let me be clear. I said that I have direct knowledge that the UWP sold diplomatic passports, but there have been allegations raised with respect to the sale but I don't have direct knowledge of that. That is what I said.
Well, you are correcting yourself now, but what I understood you to be saying, and when you listen to the recording, you said it wasn't started under this administration, which would mean the natural inference that would be drawn that it was an ongoing thing and it continued. However, you have corrected that. I guess you corrected it. But now, Matt, I would expect you to have tried to get the past administration leader, because diplomatic passports come from leader, or I would expect Edison James to clear the air on that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I would either one expect you to get him, while Sam Raphael was there, to clarify or to clear the air on that, or I would expect him, Edison James, to call the program, whether this afternoon, or come on the program and refute that if it is a lie. Or if it is the truth, he must apologize to the nation.
That's a good suggestion, yes.
Yeah, so that's my contribution. But Mr. Raphael, again, I'm happy we didn't get in a back and forth, and I didn't think there was a need for it. And I think you stood above the level. I believe you, again, you said that the monies are not coming down, but you know very well why the money is not coming to you. It is simply because they have to parade you. Everybody, Roosevelt scared, this intent or decide to help, you almost have to go for a ceremony. You have to match, you have to wear the red, you have to jump on the platform, you have to go and be an apologist. You have to do every single thing before you can start drawing. Now, I have some business friends going through the same thing. They have been walked down a road. And when Roosevelt scared feel he have the loyalty, then he'll start releasing. That's my contribution this morning.
Thank you very much, my brother. I'm happy I could give you the opportunity. Yeah. Sam, you have to wrap it up. You have to go.
Yes, sir.
Come back sometime.
Yeah, I will. Sir, again, I just want to clear that last portion. That is not
You're being paraded or what?
That is not the case. I mean, right now, everything is a process. We just requested the drawdown. We've had meetings on that, and that's being finalized now. And we're okay, sir. Thank you so much. You're a hardworking farmer. Again, I respect that. And certainly, Matt, I'm prepared to. I mean, there's more to the story too.
There's a lot more. We don't have time, and the phones are going crazy.
And again, maybe it shouldn't all be on these things.
Yes.
Maybe we should have some stories on how are we going to build. We have a farmer on the phone. And tourism and so on. Let us also do something on building the country. I mean, I would like to participate in that too. Something uplifting and something building, and maybe the opposition can contribute to that, and maybe that can be the turning point where they can begin to show the people what they will do on the affirmative if they're elected to manage the affairs of this.
Sam Raphael, the pleasure was mine this morning, as always.
Thanks, man.
I know you'll come back soon. 9:05. Thank you very much. Enjoy your meeting, sir. Thank you.
The views expressed during this program are not necessarily those of YSQ95 FM Radio. YSQ95 FM Radio has not been able to independently verify the factual correctness of the allegations and statements made during this program and cannot vouch for their accuracy. Therefore, YSQ95 FM Radio will not accept any responsibility or liability for the statements or allegations made in the course of this program.
For the first time ever, the OECS Cycling Championship will be held in Dominica. Come Sunday, July 2nd, the cyclists from Anguilla, Antigua, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, British Virgin Islands, and the host country, Dominica, will ride their way into the record books, calling all Dominicans along their cycling route to come out and witness for yourself. Share, support, and encourage Team Dominica, including Bram Sanders and Daddy Chess, Mills, Garon, and the boys, as they bang Kukush, punch around the corner, waiting their option to navigate and negotiate the road as they compete with boring speed on Sunday, July 2nd. Starting from the Porterville Savannah all the way to the entrance of the Caprettes National Park and back to Porterville Savannah. It's a 60-mile circuit race and it's lovely show. A race of fitness and endurance. Come out and support the first ever OECS organized cycling championships in Dominica. Sponsored by the Dominica Olympic Committee, Fine Foods Inc., Springfield Trading, S-Smart, Anchorage Hotel, Burton and Company, Ronald Charles Chambers, Marpin Flow, DVS, Kyrie, QFM, Government of Dominica, Official Championship Water, Lupia Spring Water.
Minias 7-Eleven, the Simon. Dominica, get ready for one of the most celebrated Haitian compa bands, T-Vice. T-Vice. CPAF in collaboration with Typhus and Lido Baron Restaurants and Marin present the T-Vice live in concert on Friday, July 14th at the Strip Lade Coco 8 p.m. If you love T-Vice, you got to get loud, get loud. T-Vice! T-Vice! Also, Theo Cass, Elijah Bino, Dios Copa, Grand Black, DJ Bigger Subs and Martin, Prince Wallings and more. Partners include Digicel, TVS Radio Court, Q95 FM, The Big Station, Deepex, Fine Foods Inc. and more. Purchase tickets from Moonshine Pharmacy, Deepex Scholar Lab from now until June 30 at $40. July 1st to July 14th at $50. More at the door. T-Vice live in concert, July 14th at the Strip.
Comme madame a reporté ça que vous achetez médecine pour député à pharmacie, we are ready to go Sinclair, if you want to support and learning. It is how cafe Episa and not well my last 2 weeks. Episa, Harry upon yes is true. Pisa money on Tipotla, don't get him up to make urine and see more 3 times a day. Madame Lily, do urine Harry, no medicine boost, yep, are you? And where's the prescription? Give me a push, mommy. What's the sense of buying that? Let me copy it. No, you see the importance of going to your pharmacist, listening to your pharmacist, and having confidence in your pharmacist. PS.Plus will they place a higher premium on patient-pharmacist relationship than Quick Care Pharmacy Cote Halsbro just before the National Bank. Cote Quick Care is not just a quick fix. It's not just about tablets and spoonfuls. They brought back the care into medicine. Whether it's a prescription or over-the-counter medication, the priority is your health. To take the right medication, the right amount for the right reason. Madam Harry, I see right in your medical book, next of King, Henrietta, Harry, movie farmer. By the way, it's next of King, King, the Harry Ukakemo movie. All I want for you is good care. That is why I always recommend Quick Care Pharmacy because they have growth.
If you're the one paying for college, shouldn't you be spending your hard-earned money on an associate degree that is internationally recognized and does not cost you a fortune? That's right. Right now, you can earn a fully accredited and internationally recognized CXC or CAPE associate degree with Lit Institute for much less than what it costs to study abroad or anywhere in Dominica. Earn transfer college credits that allow you to apply and gain acceptance to the best colleges and universities around the world. Or simply upgrade your qualifications with a CAPE associate degree and apply for the most competitive jobs and promotions. Degrees available in business, economics, accounting, entrepreneurship, information and communication technology, law, natural sciences, environmental science, and tourism. So do yourself a favor and get the CAPE advantage. Register anytime before June the 30th and qualify for even lower tuition. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead, call 276-8548 or 440-32 257 or email lidinstitute@hotmail.com or visit www.lidinstitute.dm. The Lid Institute, Cape Advantage. A better degree, a better life.
Celebrated Haitian compa band, Steve Vice. Steve Vice. CPAF in collaboration with Typhus and Lido Baron Restaurants and Money present the T-Vice live in concert on Friday, July 14th at the Strip Lade Coco 8 p.m. If you love T-Vice, you got to get loud, get loud. T-Vice. T-Vice. Also, Theo Cass, Elijah Bino, Dios Copa, Grand Black, DJ Biggest and Madden, Prince Wallix and more. Partners include Digicel, TVS Radio Court, Q95 FM, The Big Station, Deepex, Fine Foods Inc. and more. Purchase tickets from Moonshine Pharmacy, Deepex Scholar Lab from now until June 30 at $40. July 1st to July 14th at $50. More at the door. T-Vice live in concert, July 14th at the Strip.
I know you're just eager to talk, huh? But we have a stop. We have a stop just for about 5 minutes this morning. There are a few minutes with Universal Elegance, a Muslim store. Something is happening there that we need to tell you about. Karen is on the telephone. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Matt. How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And
good.
You?
All right.
Okay.
Tell us what's going on.
Oh, Matt, everything wonderful is going on at the Muslim store, but let me say good morning to you. Good morning to Dominica, the Eastern Caribbean, and those via the internet. And if it's your first time, welcome to the Muslim store program. And today we are talking about the big discounts that we will be having on Friday, which starts at 6 a.m. So if you're looking for washers, fridges, televisions, stoves, the best place to come down to is at the Muslim store on Friday from 6 a.m. We will be opening and we will be giving 15% off on all these items. So that means that you will be getting the VAT off on the items like our fridges, our washers, our televisions. But today we are featuring different items today. So if you're looking for a chiller that is over 6 feet tall, it's available at the Muslim store. And on Friday, it was actually $3,265, and on Friday it will be $1,799. So for all those who have a restaurant and you're looking for a chiller, it's available at the Muslim store. But on Friday we will be having that big sale. So it was $3,265, and on Friday you will pay $1,799. We also have the American 30-inch heavy-duty 4-burner Frigidaire stove with seal burners, and it was $4,495, and on Friday you will pay only $2,750. So for all those who are looking for the heavy-duty stove, that's a 30-inch heavy-duty stove from Frigidaire, it will be available at the Muslim store on Friday from 6 to 8:30 a.m. for only $2,550. So what you have to do, just put your monies together and come into the Muslim store and purchase these items. We will also be having on special our Daewoo Frigidaire, that's stainless steel fridge that was $8,140, and on Friday you will only pay $3,999. So we just want to inform the general public that we will be having big discounts on Friday, and our sale starts from 6 a.m. and it ends at 8:30 a.m. So if you're looking for all these specials, the best place to come on to right now is on Friday at 6 a.m. We'll also be having our televisions as well on special. So if you're looking for a 32-inch television, it will be only $699.95. And you also have the 32-inch television that starts from $1,299, and also our 40-inch television that will be only $999.99. So this is just what we are giving back to the general public. So if you're looking for all these items, the best place to come to right now is on Friday, at 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., where you will be having big discounts going on at the Muslim store. And you can also visit our website as well, where we'll be having all these discounts for the entire day. And I also just want to inform our listeners as well that we will be having a 50% discount on all jewelry. Yes, this is so true. A 50% discount on all jewelry. So if you're looking for gold, stainless steel, silver, and gold field jewelry, the best place to come on to on Friday from 12 to 2:30 p.m. we will be having our 50% discount on all jewelry. So if you're looking for gold studs, you're looking for engagement rings, wedding bands, gold chains, if you're looking for the gold field hoops, the gold field studs, or if you're looking for something in silver or stainless steel, we will be offering a 50% discount on Friday, which starts from 12 and ends at 2:30 p.m.
Thank you so much, Karen. I'm sure we'll be talking again tomorrow. Thank you.
And you're welcome, Matt. And
thank you. Say hi to the rest of the staff, okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye. All right, take care. Take advantage of the big sale there at the Muslim store.
One of the most celebrated Haitian copper bands, T-Vice. T-Vice. CPAF in collaboration with Typhus and Lido Baron Restaurants and Marin present the T-Vice live in concert on Friday, July 14th at the Strip Lade Coco 8 p.m. If you love T-Vice, you got to get loud, get loud. T-Vice. T-Vice. Also, Tio Cass, Elijah Bino, Dios Copa, Grand Black, DJ Biggest of St. Martin, Prince Wellington, and more. Partners include Digicel, TVS Radio Court, Q95 FM, The Big Station, Deepex, Fine Foods Inc. and more. Purchase tickets from Moonshine Pharmacy, Deepex Scholar Lab from now until June 30 at $40. July 1st to July 14th at $50. More at the door. T-Vice live in concert, July 14th at the Strip.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at S-Mart. Shop smart at S-Mart.
Shop smart at S-Mart. Give me some Lotto.
All my favorite snacks.
Shop smart at S-Mart. I get a top-up flow and digital. Shop smart at S-Mart.
Sunday to Sunday.
Open on holidays. Shop smart at S-Mart. So much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Hey. Unlimited parking. Hey. All the best products at S-Mart. You get the best prices.
Hey. Shop smart at S-Mart for great prices and unlimited parking. Entrance and exit on both Goodwin Road and Rawls Avenue. Open 7 days a week for 448-2340. Shop smart at
S-Mart.
If you're the one paying for college, shouldn't you be spending your hard-earned money on an associate degree that is internationally recognized and does not cost you a fortune? That's right. Right now, you can earn a fully accredited and internationally recognized CXC or CAPE associate degree with Lit Institute for much less than what it costs to study abroad or anywhere in Dominica. Earn transfer college credits that allow you to apply and gain acceptance to the best colleges and universities around the world. Or simply upgrade your qualifications with a CAPE associate degree and apply for the most competitive jobs and promotions. Degrees available in business, economics, accounting, entrepreneurship, information and communication technology, law, natural sciences, environmental science, and tourism. So do yourself a favor and get the CAPE advantage. Register anytime before June the 30th and qualify for even lower tuition. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead. Call 276-8548 or 440-3257 or email lidinstitute@hotmail.com or visit visit www.lidinstitute.dm. The Lid Institute, Cape Advantage. A better degree, a better life.
9:20. Well, I'm hoping that when we try to get the former leader of the opposition, Mr. Edison James, and Mr. Julius Timothy, was the time to one of the leaders of the opposition United Workers Party, and speak to the issue of passports in 2005 being sold on a promise. I just wonder, if we're going to get an answer. It's 9:20. It's all out there, and I'm sure, a lot of people in the opposition very upset about just what they heard. It may be true, it may not be true, but of course, looking for answers this morning. It surfaced a few months ago on the Sun newspaper. We'll ask the questions. Hello. Hi.
Good morning, Matt.
My brother.
Yeah, Matt, I don't know how possible it could be that the United Workers Party could have sold diplomatic passports to anybody. Some stated clearly that it was between 2005 and 2009.
Mm-hmm.
But UW wasn't in power then.
With a promise to deliver.
Well, he can say that. He has to get the evidence. And even if he was to change the date and question the term of the United Workers Party, can sound...
My brother, as I said, research your facts before you speak. I know a lot more than, Mr. Sam Raphael was willing to reveal this morning. So, if I was in your place, I would do some research, okay?
No, not only know about research, I agree with you, and that's why I'm not coming to any conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what he said, I was questioning whether or not within that period it would be possible when United Workers Party was out of office. And if Sam could get...
In a synopsis, what I can tell you, sir, the leaders at the time may have made some promise to the passport buyer at the time. Well, if we do get in office, then this and that would happen. I'm telling you, do some research, okay?
Yes, another question, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'll continue to do my research. I'm not going to be biased towards that.
Okay.
Has to be the evidence. Another question. You have a change of leadership now with respect to the new leader of the United Workers Party.
That's what you can say.
Some expect the leader of the present leader to come and say something he has no knowledge about. Because I heard Sam talking about, why can't you come and say straight, I was involved with XYZ, and so now you're doing that, but it is wrong or true? How could I take up a leadership new and then have knowledge of what? I mean, yes, you have to inform yourself, but if you have no knowledge about something, can you come and state that happened? Is that fair, Matt?
It's not fair, but Sam is under the impression, the new leadership may have been aware or may be aware of what happened in 2005.
Okay, well, that should be cleared up then.
Thank you very much. Hello, it's the 9:23. This is what journalism is about. You present all sides of the stories. I know some people this morning may be very upset and not liking so much what was disclosed, but of course, the leadership of the United Workers Party, past and present, should share some information on that, clear the air. 9:24. Hello.
Matt, good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, first and foremost, Matt.
Yes.
Firstly, rather. I am sure you contacted Mr. Raphael for that
right
discussion this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But on such an important discussion,
right?
If it was me, Matt,
mm-hmm.
except if that appointment that Mr. Raphael had was extremely important and it could not be postponed.
Postponed for what?
Or rescheduled to spend more time on the program, Matt.
Oh, okay.
So that he could spend more time on the program, Matt. And I want.
So you want Mr. Raphael back?
But Matt, you see, because this is he couldn't just come hit a ball and run. This is a very important program that built here.
All right, Mr. I'll invite, and I did promise him again this morning that I will invite him back, okay, to speak specifically on some of your issues. So, Sam, you did not spend enough time. I'm going to, after this, replay a very important report there from Antigua. We're going to come back after this.
Comme madame a reporté ça que vous achetez médecine pour député à pharmacie, you will have to do bossing class if you want to support and learning. It is how cafe episa and not well my last 2 weeks. Episa. Harry upon yes is true. Pisa money on tipotla. Don't get him up to make urine and see more 3 times a day. Madame Lieli, do urine Harry, mew no medicine to save are you. And where's the prescription? It is me a posh mommy. What's the sense of buying that? No, you see the importance of going to your pharmacist, listening to your pharmacist, and having confidence in your pharmacist. FPS.plus will they place a higher premium on patient-pharmacist relationship than Quick Care Pharmacy Kote Halsbro just before the National Bank. Kote Quick Care is not just a quick fix. It's not just about tablets and spoonfuls. They brought back the care into medicine. Whether it's a prescription or over-the-counter medication, the priority is your health. To take the right medication, the right amount for the right reason. Madam Harry, I see right in your medical book, next of king, Henrietta Harry, movie farmer. By the way, it's next of king, King, the Harry Ukakemo movie. All I want for you is good care. That is why I always recommend Quick Care Pharmacy because they help grow.
The government of Antigua and Barbuda regrets that it has to inform that the government of Canada has decided to end visa-free travel for citizens of Antigua and Barbuda. This decision relates to concerns over persons who obtain passports under citizenship by investment programs in the Caribbean. The Canadian High Commissioner to Antigua and Barbuda, stationed in Trinidad, advised Prime Minister Gaston Brown of this development late on Friday, prior to an official announcement on Monday. At the time, the Canadian official said that a concern is that Antigua and Barbuda's citizenship by investment program is not a residency program. In response, Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown pointed to the intense vetting of its CIP system, the revenues to the people of Antigua and Barbuda when the terms of trade and aid have declined and the banking system is threatened. Despite the end of visa-free travel, the official Canadian government statement said, Canada continues to welcome visitors from Antigua and Barbuda. It stated clearly that most approved visa applicants will receive a multiple entry visa, which allows travelers to visit Canada as many times as they want for up to 10 years. For each visit, travelers can stay for up to 6 months. Antigua and Barbuda is the last of the countries of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States from whom the Canadian government has withdrawn visa-free travel at a time of heightened security over terrorism and refugees. Of all 14 independent CARICOM countries, Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, and Barbados were the only ones that had continued to enjoy visa-free travel to Canada. The Canadian government was keen to point out in its official statement that Canada remains firmly committed to its partnership with Antigua and Barbuda and values working together on mutual challenges and opportunities. The statement recalled that Canada and Antigua and Barbuda share long-standing ties that are rooted in history. Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown stated that at a time of intensified concerns about terrorism and refugees in North America and Europe, including evidence of ISIS recruits in the Caribbean, he recognized the concerns that Canada and other countries might have. He pledged that, as part of the international effort to combat terrorist activity, Antigua and Barbuda would continue to be vigilant with its passports and border security. The Prime Minister said the governments of Antigua and Barbuda and Canada have already started working to make the system of visa applications and approvals for Antigua and Barbuda citizens as efficient and affordable as possible.
Dominica, get ready for one of the most celebrated Haitian compa bands, T-Vice! T-Vice! CPAF in collaboration with Typhus and Lido Baron Restaurants and Marin present the T-Vice live in concert on Friday, July 14th at the Strip Lade Coco 8 p.m.
If you love T-Vice, you got to get loud, get loud.
T-Vice! T-Vice!
Menu.
Also, Theo Cass, Elijah Bino, Dios Copa, Grand Black, DJ Biggest of St. Martin, Prince Wallings and more. Partners include Digicel, TVS Radio Court, Q95 FM, The Big Station, Deepex, Fine Food Inc. and more. Purchase tickets from Moonshine Pharmacy, Deepex Scholar Lab from now until June 30 at $40. July 1st to July 14th at $50. More at the door. T-Vice live in concert, July 14th at the Strip. Marquesa.
Dominica. Yesterday was somewhat of a sad day in the community of Point Michelle. The world, Dominica, the region was shocked to hear the news that a young lady, a young wife, who came home to bury her dad, Mr. Lachos, yesterday. At 3 o'clock, he was buried yesterday. She came home to bury her dad and died somewhere in the city, in the company of family members. A lot of people was asking and trying to find out, Matt, what really happened? And again, I just want to extend our deepest condolences to the family and friends both here in Dominica and in New York, where she resided. Her husband, Gurmit Javier, spoke to him yesterday, and he told me, Matt, I'm willing to give the story. Because, you know, some people are still in disbelief. They think they're still dreaming. How could that happen on that day? Gurmit, good morning to you again. Our deepest condolences. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I'm saying again, our deepest condolences. Can you tell us what really happened to your wife yesterday?
Oh, yes. Good morning, Matt.
Morning.
Good morning to the listeners in Dominica.
Uh-huh.
Yes. As Matt mentioned, as you mentioned, we came down to Dominica to bury my wife's father. Yesterday, we were on our way. Well, we were in town in Roseville, trying to get some documents for some transaction at the credit union. We got to the registry, we got the documents, and we were heading back to the credit union in Roseville. Halfway, my wife, I kind of observed she tripped. I thought she tripped. So I ran to her aid because I was really next. I was really side by side. We were side by side. So I grabbed her and I said, "Are you okay?" She says, "No." I said, "What happened?" I thought you tripped. She says, "No." I blacked out for a second and I feel lightheaded. So I steadied her a little bit, and she said she was okay. I said, "Are you hungry?" Because she's on medication, and then there's a medication she takes, and she has to eat right after that. So I said, "Okay, let's go get something to eat at the restaurant." So the restaurant right on the other side of the street. So we went there. We sat down. I ordered the food, and the waitress brought the food to us. We ate. And after we ate, we were talking for another 10 minutes. For another 10 minutes, we were talking. And then he says, let's start heading out on our mission because we have to get back to Point Michelle for the funeral. I said, "Okay." I said, "Are you okay?" She said, "Yeah, I feel fine now." So we started walking again. And then we got to the credit union. Cut the corner. As soon as we cut the corner, just to the entrance of the credit union, right next to the ATM, she said, "Oh, it's happening again." And then this time, as soon as she said that, I grabbed her underneath her arms, and then she started going down. Then, next thing I know is that her body was lifeless. So I started shaking her. Ingrid, are you okay? Her name is Ingrid. Are you okay? Are you okay? No response. Then I saw her tongue started sticking out. Then I started panicking. Ingrid, what's going on? Talk to me. No response. Then she started breathing very heavily. And then the people on the side, crowd, came to my assistance. So you need any help? So they came and they helped me. Put us to lay down flat. Put us to lay down flat. So we did that. Then two people asked me, you want to call the ambulance? I said, yes, go ahead, please. They called the ambulance. The ambulance was there within, I would say, 3 to 5 minutes. The paramedic came out, checked the pulse. He didn't say anything. Then they laid her down on the stretcher, put her in the ambulance. I got into the ambulance too, and they drove to the hospital. Then they started, as soon as she got into the ambulance, they started administering CPR all the way to the hospital. So he's, the one paramedic is asking the guy, what's going on? Anything? He's saying no. Then at one point I heard him say, yeah, I got something. Then that was it. Got into the hospital, into the emergency room, wheeled her into the room. The doctor was there, and the nurses were there, and so on and so forth. And they are still administering CPR. Well, after that, I didn't know what was going on because I was outside and the door was closed. Then, around 45 minutes later, a nurse came out to me with a paper in her hand, and she said, sir, are you the husband? I said, yes. I need some information. As soon as I started giving her the information, my son and her daughter arrived and asked the nurse, how's my mother doing? He says, the doctor will come out and talk to you guys. So they just pushed the door open, ran into the room where she was, and there she was laying lifeless. At that time, I looked at the monitor. I saw nothing on the monitor. That's when I panicked. So I rushed into the room, and the doctor was there. He pulled me on the side. Are you the husband? I said yes. And then he started talking to me. And the words that really got me was when he said, we tried everything. And that was what got me. And I knew she was gone.
Gurmeet, I just want to tell you that you're a very brave man. I know how it takes a lot of guts to be talking to me this morning. I want to wish you, on behalf of the family, Q95 Radio, I know you always listen in New York, and on behalf of your my family, and yes, all the listeners, I want to say our deepest sympathies.
Thank you very much, Matt.
How do you feel at this time?
Oh, Matt, I'm holding on. It's hard. I didn't sleep last night. It was touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. And every time I woke up, it replayed in my mind what happened.
I just want to, again, I want to say our deepest sympathies in terms of everybody listening. And stay strong.
Yes, ma'am.
My mom and my family in New York says I know you guys were very close.
Very, very close, very close.
Thank you.
I spoke to your sister Blanche this morning, and she's devastated just as we are over here in Dominica.
I know Dominica will give you the support you need. Thank you, sir. We do appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. Here's a big song and then we'll talk. Cry if you have to cry.
Trouble soon
This is Q95.
Brighter days will soon be on their way. Life has pain, sometimes sunshine, sometimes rain. Just hold on. Go ahead and cry. It's alright. Weeping only endures for a night. Go ahead and cry. Keep the fight, and he will be right by your side. Go ahead and cry. 'Cause sometimes you need to clear your side. strong, and faith will dry your tears away. Some people go, but he will stay with open arms. Go ahead and cry. It's alright. We've been only indoors for a night. Go ahead and cry. Keep the fight.
Very emotional there.
By your side.
Some lady just called from Kinful in tears. She said, Matt, I don't know these people, but I feel what they feel.
Go ahead and cry. Cry. Is it a possibility that you just can't see what's just about to take you out? I pray you open up your eyes so you can see the light. Oh yeah. Go ahead and cry. Cry. That's all you need to do. Go ahead. Get it out. It's alright. It's all out. Only in this for a night. Go ahead and cry. Oh, it's alright. All that you see right by your side. Gonna be right by your side. Go ahead and cry.
I think it's very fitting, and I think Patrick, the only farmer here today, the other farmers couldn't make it. Dedicate the rest of the program to some sympathies to the family there, remaining very strong. And Patrick, yourself, you are from that community. Good morning to you, Patrick.
Yes, Matt. Greetings to all the listeners in Radio Land. And we in On Q95 Farmers Cry, we do sympathize with the people. And I knew them well. I knew Jerry.
Yes.
Jerry and I used to lime, you know,
I
when
know.
he had Jerry's parlor.
I know that.
All the kicks off and all kind of thing. I used to be there with him, but
It was a sad one yesterday. Huh?
Yes.
Very, very sad. Very sad. Let's take a phone call. Hold on, Patrick. Hello.
Yeah, Matt, I think I will say that question for after one. It was related to the...
Okay, yeah, but I imagine the mood of the people is very, very deep at this time, very emotional. And you know how people feel. Dominicans are very, very emotional people, as we just said, and I can feel with them this morning. Go ahead and cry this song there from West Morgan. If that's what you want to do just that, okay? Do just that. Let's do that again from West Morgan. Patrick, you're one who always says, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh.
Yes, Matt, and he has left curse and blessing together with us, and he told us to choose life, choose blessing.
Is it a time to question God?
No, you don't question him, you follow what he says.
Mm-hmm.
God has given you everything. He has done everything he's supposed to do for you, Matt. You are to find it out from the words that God did.
Because some people might be asking at this time, why?
This is what I'm saying.
Did that happen, huh?
He has left both the curse and the blessing with us. And we are the ones to choose, man. You know, a lot of people might dislike me for saying those kind of things, and they might think it's hard. But it's not hard, Matt. You might hate me now, but later on you'll realize what I was saying. It's all in the word of God.
Hello, talk to me.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, I'm Matt.
Yeah, hi.
Sympathies to the family.
Uh-huh.
I would like to say that now is not time to question God.
No, some people might think it's time. Some people might say, "Why now?"
Yes, but then we should question our health system as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because at first they got a pulse. So I believe that our ambulance here should have more equipment. It should be more equipped. So in a time like this, they'll be able to react quicker have a doctor, have a nurse on board. You understand? Have a,
you think that would have stopped the inevitable? I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, huh?
Yes, Matt, but you never know. Sometimes the system sucks. The system doesn't have all the proper equipment that they need. You understand? So because if the person did not get the proper treatment that they were supposed to get in time, then they will die, obviously. So then I believe that the system, we need to upgrade our health system. Don't you agree with me, Matt?
That's the point there. But I'm not going to say, well, if the health system was better, if the ambulances or ambulance was more equipped, I'm not going to go down that way. You know, it's hard, but it's a reality. Hello, talk to me. Hello, talk to me.
Yes, Matt, can you hear me, Matt?
Very clearly.
Hello, Matt, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you very clearly, sir.
Yes, Matt, two things there, Matt. I really would like to sympathize with this gentleman, and I must commend him, Matt. He's a hero to us.
He is a hero. To have the strength to talk to us.
To talk to you, I mean, through an unfortunate situation like that, Matt, I mean, I must commend him, Matt. But, Matt, this is part of life. We have to go someday, somehow, Matt. Matt, I want to just switch a little, Matt. Earlier on, you had this.
No, we're not going to switch a little. I will talk a little more with the various issues sometime later. There's a lot to talk about. Hello, talk to me.
Yes, hello, good morning to you, Matt Meltier, and how are you this morning?
How are you doing this morning?
I don't know the people, but I am joining in to sympathize with them.
I know.
So, what I can tell the family, God give and God takes. Matt, there is nothing that if it have to happen, nothing cannot stop it. If that woman had to survive, she didn't have to go to the hospital. So we can't blame ambulance and service and things like that. The time has come for her to go. All what I can do is tell the families to hold tight and be strong and stay in the Lord. Thank you.
And thank you. I know my mother is one who broke down yesterday in New York. They were very, very close. And she called me this morning and she just wanted to hear one song. Hey, Mom, take it easy up there in New York at this time.
Lord,
this is a song that you requested.
give your people the strength that's needed to make it on this Christian pathway. We need you, Lord, like never before. Give strength unto your people.
The versatility in Q95, the big station. Good morning to you.
The hands of time keep turning. There's a new day that's dawning. Yes, my heart is sad, for I am nearing home. Here in the midst of tribulation, yes, my soul seek your direction. Give me strength, dear Lord, to face another.
My good friend Dale, a good friend of the deceased as well, grew up together in the very same community, says Matt.
And today's a trend.
I'm shocked as to what I'm hearing. There is no pre-hospital management, no nurse in the ambulance to assist.
Give me strength that I can pray.
9:49. Hello. Hello.
Yes, good morning, Ma.
Morning to you.
Yeah, I'm just calling to say that Q95 is really the people's station. We heard about the news in St. Martin, and I keep wondering, we keep wondering, texting each other and asking what happened to the lady. My husband came home last night, he's from St. Michel. He told me about it. I asked him how the lady died. And he himself said he don't know, but I know Mr. Jerry Lee. And then Mr. Jerry, and then he told me Mr. Jerry passed and telling me about it. But most of us wondering how she died. And to believe this morning that on your radio station we could hear it live from the family how the lady died. So then that question we don't have to ask again. Q95 is so much the people's station. And our condolences in St. Martin to the family. And to be honest with you, my eyes, it is really sad.
Yes, filled with tears this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you. 9:50. This is the big station. Let's take another phone call. The People Station. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Morning.
And sympathies to you and the family of the deceased.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is really, I mean, it's really sad. But I heard you questioning God.
No, I wasn't questioning. I'm asking the question.
Yes. And, yeah, I don't.
Yes.
And we all do.
Yes.
And this is something that I've asked Pastor Rodney to discuss, to address. Because a lot of times we tend to believe that is God that's doing that. But my belief, and from what I've read, I'm not a Bible scholar by no means, man. But I follow my conscience and I read the Bible sometimes. And from what I understand, Matt, is that before Christ, God used to deal with people right there and then. A government, a person, deal with them when they do bad. And then he was so mad that he decided to look, I want to destroy this world, because these people are too crazy. And then his son, Jesus Christ, said, please, it's your children. No, don't do that. So, okay, well, go and die for them then. So he went through the process as a man. And then what does he believe even more that he was a man when he was on the cross? He denied God. He said, God, why are you forsaking me? So he himself was questioning God. But he had to go through the process as a man. But I believe after this, Matt, I believe that God gave us the freedom to do whatever we want to do. Whatever you want, if you want to kill, if you want to, the devil is there. He's a powerful man, almost as powerful as God. And you're free to do whatever you want to do. And if you want help, you ask God for help. He will help you. But God don't take people's lives. All these accidents and this is the devil's work. You see, because when he takes you like this, you don't have a chance to repent or do nothing. So he has control of you. You understand, man? And that is the whole thing. It's not God that is killing those people. All these people that die by accidents. When you die naturally, you die a natural death. But those accidents is things done by the devil and not God.
All right, this debate, I suspect, will continue. It's 9:53. Hello, talk to me. Hi.
Yeah, hi. Good morning,
different
Matt.
interpretations there. Hello.
Yes, good morning, Matt.
Morning to you.
I would like to express my condolences to the family of the young lady. And ask that, God give them strength to deal with this difficult time. And remember that Jesus always picks the best. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you, too. Thank you. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Yes.
Matt, morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's my first time calling this radio station.
Right. We're happy.
Earlier on, I listened to a lady call and say it's because of our health system, right? And Matt, I was listening and you cut off. Matt, you are fake. You're not real. Be real.
I caught off, so I'm fake.
Matt, you cut off.
No, I'm saying, but so because of that, I'm fake.
Because when the guy called, he said that when they test the lady, they get a pulse or something. So if the ambulance system was equipped, Matt, this lady would have been alive today.
My friend, you or anybody else do not determine who gives lives and who give life and who take life. Okay. On that note, I will end that conversation. Hello, talk to me.
Morning, Matt.
Thank you.
I sympathy to the family.
You're welcome.
Matt, my son said it's that live, and he said he can't believe that. And he never sang God for Q95 that make him know the lady died too.
Okay.
So, Matt, do have a blessed day.
All right, you're most welcome. Okay, we have 6 more minutes. Patrick, this debate will continue.
Well, I'm right here with you, Matt, and I never observed that you cut off the woman. You didn't.
I never did.
She said what she had to say. That if the health services.
I even just repeated what Dr. Dale Danglebin just said.
Yeah.
I don't know. People and the interpretations.
I tell you, there's too much confusion in the land, Matt. Too much confusion.
I never stop people from expressing themselves, my brother. Okay. Just hope you get that. It's 9:55. We're taking the break and we're coming back after this to wrap it up. Let's take another phone call. Hello, talk to me.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
I
sympathize
pity to the family.
Yes.
That's a pity. I don't know what area they're from. I don't.
Point Michelle.
Oh, Point Michelle. What's the name?
Her name is Ingrid. Her husband's name is Kermit Javier.
Oh,
from Scott said.
Accept my sympathy and always remember,
yes,
God is in the middle of the situation. Nobody else could help. Doctor, nurse, or nothing. God is the answer, and He do whatever He does well. To God be the glory. It's just that we are human. We are going to be hurting, and sometimes you don't accept. But as time goes by, time heals the wound. Okay, just be courageous.
And they have to, of course, stay strong all the time.
All the time. God is good, and just keep concentrating on God and forget about the others, because that's going to run you crazy right there.
You know what they say? Nobody's greater, huh?
Amen. Amen. That is the song you should just pause before you went on that same note.
I will play that song for you very minute. Hello, talk to me.
Good morning to you, the farmer, to all the listening public.
All right.
Not today, not tomorrow, not no time in the future should anybody question the Creator. There is a part of the scripture that says that, and while we cannot give life or prolong life, as teaching time says 9, and we should at all times have a professional nurse or a qualified doctor in those times on an ambulance, because first